Hello. Good evening, and welcome to the Rearview Mirror Show, which, as you know, is the little brother to the Dark Mirror Show. Last week we looked at what did we look at? Really crappy UFO videos, wasn't it? Yeah. We reviewed some crappy UFO. There's a BIM on the bus. UFO videos. And we reviewed some top 10 lists, and I think what we're going to do each week is we're going to do a different top 10 list or two. This week, though, I did look at the latest in UFO weirdery and Wonderall, and it was quite boring, to be honest. There was a UFO that was seen in Eastern Europe, Estonia, and there was a live fire going on this UFO, and they were shooting at this UFO. But quite frankly, I think it looked like it was the UFO itself. It looked like it had been CGI'd in on a live fire exercise. So it was a bit pants. And the rest of it was just full of Trump and COVID. And
what did Wayne send you?
Wayne sent me something. Hang on a second. Wayne sent me. Let me have a look. This is Wayne, as in Taylor's future father-in-law. He sent me... Oh, yes, the sighting of a phantom Lancaster bomber. Let's have a look. Over Chatsworth, the grounds of Chatsworth Estates. Very posh. A Derbyshire couple claimed to have seen a phantom Avro Lancaster bomber in the skies above Chatsworth that vanished mid-flight into what appears to be thin air. Christine, 74, from South Derbyshire, said, on August the 18th, this is obviously last year, I was parked up in Carlton Lee's car park near the garden centre with my husband and a friend between 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. We returned to the car park and sat down to enjoy a picnic. Suddenly, directly in front of us at treetop height, we heard the noise of an engine. We didn't hear it coming. It was just instant. We looked up and all three of us saw a Lancaster bomber. It dipped its wings, continued at treetop height and turned as if to fly down the valley, but then the Lancaster just disappeared and the noisy engine ceased. So
this is a lot like we were talking about last week.
Time slips. It could, actually, yes, that could tie in very nicely to a time slip. But what?
She's eaten.
Oh, you horrible dog! Dog's eating poop. Why has it got to be the biggest one? Why can't it be the littlest one? That's not at the same level, so we get huffed on. And he just huffs on our ankles.
Because our ankles will start dissolving.
True. What do you make of that then? Because, yes, as Taylor rightly pointed out, we were doing time slips last week. And now there's that sighting of the Lancaster bomber, albeit it was last August. I actually seem to remember that being in the news at the time. But... could be a time slip.
We must apologise. We have to be not as enthusiastic tonight. Finley's asleep.
Finley's over there in a little rocking crib and he's fast asleep. And Lindsay was supposed to be looking after him. She's buggered off for a cigarette. The Finley has woken up. Right. Oh dear, he's woken up and realises nobody there, and he's oh dear. Hang on, here we come with the Finley. Hang on. Right. Is that better, Mr. Finley? Are you going to turn him round to show everybody fit? Turn him round. Oh, hello. What's that? Is it? It's Mr. Finley Finn. There you go. That's a bit better. There you go. This was the bump.
Look at how ginger he is.
He is very ginger. It's Mr. Finley.
Smile.
With his ginger hair. Right. One of this week's lists we're going to do are, you got like mythical beasts and this, that, and the other, and we've covered mythical beasts and things. So many different shows, and there's only so many.
Beast.
You're
a centaur.
No.
That's all half horse, half man, isn't it?
Yeah, I can take my legs off.
You're a C-3PO.
That I'm a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can live
He
with
can
that.
take his limbs off.
I am an R2D2. My leg is R2D2. So, tonight, what I thought we'd do for a list, or one of the lists, is 10 creepy creatures that might actually...
Wait, do the Top Gear. And tonight's show...
On tonight's show, we've got Pug over there, being mischievous. We've got Finley here, being very drunk on milk. And then we've got the tailor. Some say she might have red hair. Some say she may be a bonny lass from the planet Mars. All we know is it's the tailor. Observe.
Ian.
So tonight we're going to do 10 creatures that may exist. Just by putting some fact and logic to it, we might get in there. So, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Without
I tried
further-
to pronounce that name then.
Double-chew.
Pikachu.
Right, we'll do that in a second. And also what I meant to say is anybody who's watching, be it here or over on YouTube, hello to everybody, you're always welcome to send us questions. We'll endeavour to answer them, whether it's in the chat room or if you do it from YouTube, it gets sent straight to me, and I see the questions when they come in.
You'll bring them up in the next.
Where we've got the Dark Mirror show with Mr. Wayne Seddon on Friday, and we've got episode 3 of this next Sunday. So whatever your questions, we'll try and get them answered and into the next show. Okay? So, yes, tonight, 10 creatures that may exist. The Dobberchew.
Oh, wait. Should we just mention that I'm going to be in London next week and I am still allowed to, and nobody should freak out?
That's because it's part of the family bubble.
It's childcare.
She's staying a month in London and a month here, and a month in London and a month here. So what you'll see is sometimes she'll be sat beside me, sometimes she'll be on a separate screen. And that just means she's over in London.
I am allowed to because it's for childcare.
And where you're rocking the baby, you're rocking the camera.
Sorry. Because Finley's dad, Sheldon, lives in London, and if you look up the rules, you're allowed to travel between houses for childcare if the parents live separate.
So please.
And I've already spoken to my health visitor about it as well, so
Please, no silly questions. No silly statements. Anyway, oh yeah, and I had the COVID jab. That's why the Dark Mirror show wasn't on Friday, because I had the COVID jab and I was fine in the daytimes, but at night times I wasn't very well at all. I'm all right now though,
just pooing everywhere.
I think. You said you wouldn't tell them.
So, oh, sorry.
Those
I
wet,
mean, he was fine.
those wet wipes were a godsend.
Can you imagine?
Soothing and cooling on the bumhole.
He's great.
Right, I didn't poo everywhere. Just a little bit.
God, handies.
Right, so the Dobberchew. You should recognise the Dobberchew because we have
The double chins. Yeah, I did.
The Dobberchew, because we've spoken about it quite a few times. It's an Irish Gaelic legend. When I say Gaelic, I mean our ancestors.
Rimming.
No. Our ancestors. No.
What happens when you see a Ducati?
I'm going to save up for a new motorbike, a nice lowrider, and I've seen a Virago 750 or a Virago 1000 that I love. So that's my goal this year, save up for that. Right, anyway, the Dobberchew is a terrifying cryptid with origins in Ireland. Oh, Jesus, sir. Hence the red hair. Also called the waterhound or king otter.
Yeah, we have spoken about this.
Yeah. It's a half dog, half fish hybrid, but it's 5 times larger than a typical otter. It can swim, and it can also
Sorry, that's thirsty.
It can also run on land, supposedly as fast as a running horse. The Dobberchew hunts in groups or pairs and will chase its prey through water and onto land. So
I thought about hitting you with this and it made me laugh. Sorry.
do you see the abuse I put up with? You hit me with that and you'll be wearing it. Right. The Dobberchew is notoriously aggressive towards humans and dogs and will kill and devour them. So we're talking about pretty pissed off sea otters here. The popular legend of their aggression towards humans surrounds a husband and wife from the 17th century. Grace McLaughlin was washing clothes in the Glenade Loch when her husband heard her scream. By the time he got to her, it was too late. The Dobberchew stood above her mutilated body He stabbed the creature in the heart, and it made a whistling noise as it died, which alerted its mate. The second Dobberchew chased the husband down and killed him as well. No. Inhabiting the freshwater lochs and rivers of Ireland, witnesses have spotted it throughout the centuries, though now people believe it is extinct. There is a possibility that they still live on a little place called Achill Island. I don't see why there wouldn't be something like that. I mean, was it over 70% of Earth is underwater, and we've pretty much known not a lot about it.
I think we've seen. I think we found 18. We discovered 18% of it, or something like that.
18% of what?
The ocean.
Yeah. And we just haven't. Hey, mate, you all right? Tis Mr. Wayne on here. Yeah, and there's all these little islands, and you've got all these little ecosystems in various places, and more creatures are being discovered every day. And the Dobberchew legend, and it's big in especially Southern Ireland, and there's supposedly lots of sightings of them. But mind you, this is coming from myself. We're descended from Vikings, but my father believed in leprechauns. XSAS, one of the hardest men I ever
Have you
knew.
ever met Finley? Leprechaun. Just trying to find his gold.
Your granddad believed in him intrinsically.
Why not? He'd seen him.
Perhaps he'd had a time slip and he'd seen Finley.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That's
I guarantee it's because of that. The small Irish fellow.
The leprechaun.
No, the one who used to go down the pubs and was really mean to women. And then
Your granddad when he'd had a few.
no, the Irish dwarf.
Oh, the one in Sale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Apparently he saw them when he used to live over there.
When he would drink, which is what Ireland's known for.
Would you like to read the next one now?
Yes, birds can fly thousands of miles.
No.
Birds accomplish this incredible
Right,
task.
Read that.
Oh, Mama Lambo.
Mam Lambo. I tell you what, you answer the phone to
You want me to answer it?
your sister and just say, we're doing a show. Can you give me a second? Just 1 minute.
We're on the radio show.
Yeah, do you want to say hello to everybody?
Is she waving? She says hi.
She's like, oh! Yes, we're on the radio show now.
Can you give somebody a message? Can you check your messages? And
Yeah. We'll
love
talk.
you.
Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye.
I said yeah.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Bye-bye.
check.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, guys. Do you know what she just said?
The abuse. This is the abuse I get from my daughters. Anyway, where were we? We're Mam Lambo. Is that like Mam Lambo? No, I'm not. I can't say that joke because somebody would take that the wrong way and like, racist. Mam Lambo.
Oh, in the Victorian era, a Dublin whiskey factory caught fire and flame whiskey poured onto the streets. No one was killed. Between 4 and 10 people who died trying to drink it, though, while it was on fire.
That doesn't surprise me. It's probably my family. Right, Mam Lambo. And no, that is not an African Lamborghini. Right. Over to you.
If underwater cryptids and creepy creatures don't get creepy enough... Read that really well. The Mama Lambo, is that how you pronounce
Mam
it?
Lambo.
Mam
Close enough,
Lambo
that'll do.
will have you covering your face every time you jump in the water. The Mam Lambo is a reptilian-like creature about 6 to 7 inches long, with origins in South Africa and Zulu mythology. Some witnesses described it as a giant bioluminescent snake, whereas others make it a hybrid.
Did you say 6 or 7 inches long?
Yeah.
That's feet.
Oh, is there 2 lines in?
6 or 7. Yeah, 6 or 7 feet long.
Sorry, feet. I was talking about a penis. Some witnesses describe it as a giant bioluminescent snake, whereas others make it a hybrid of snake, crocodile, and horse. With
Horse?
4 stubby legs. We spoke about this.
We did, but if you think about it and put it into context, snake, crocodile, and horse with 4 stubby legs. Is that a hippo that's been on a diet?
Ah. The Mamlambo will attack its prey, including humans, and drag it into the
Zintlava.
river's bottom in South Africa. Once drowned, it eats its victims' faces, cracks their skulls, and devours their brains. I thought it was saying it eats their faces, cracks their skulls.
Eats their faces and then their cracks.
Yeah. The Mamlambo has been sighted by villagers who live near the
Zintlava.
river for a long time. However, police have disputed these sightings, relating the deaths to drowning caused by the river's swelling due to the heavy rain season. What was that?
That was your baby.
Oh. They explained that the disfiguration of some of the victims' faces was merely caused by river crabs that ate away at the body's flesh over time. Still, villagers stand by their claims that the Mamlambo exists. I have a very interesting thing about crabs. That thing that I told you about Amelia Earhart.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that the other day, weren't we? I don't know if you know, but they've found parts of a skeleton, and that was leant up against a tree. Umbonga, they drink it.
The Mamlambo.
Twit. They think that they've actually found Amelia Earhart now, but as to how she died, I will let my co-host tell you.
They found where her ship lost its signal. Airship, where her airship lost its signal.
Her plane.
Years ago, they looked around the islands around that area, and they did find a bone and perfume.
And they found part of a plane with a
and they found the wing of
her.
her. Yeah, and the serial number was her plane's. But they didn't look. They didn't have the technology to look into the bones or anything.
It was right out in the boonies, right out in the Pacific, where, excuse my French, but buttfuck nowhere, where no one goes.
Yeah, so. And but the perfume that they found on the island was her perfume that she'd carried everywhere. So they could say, "Oh yes, this could have been her. Or this couldn't have been her." But a scientist, not recently, but a couple of years ago, actually looked at the bones and looked at her bone structure and whatever, and they've confirmed that it was her, and they reckon that she passed out, like her plane crashed into the ocean and she passed out, and she washed up onto this island, and while she was unconscious, they reckon that, what are they called? Coconut crabs. Thousands of them, because there were thousands on the island, just came over and ate her. How scary is that?
Well, they reckon that she was unconscious and going to die anyway, and she'd been bleeding out. But yeah, these coconut crabs came over and just munched her. This. I mean, how bad is that? I mean, can you imagine meeting the girl of your dreams and then suddenly you're dying because you've been devoured by crabs? Right. Moving swiftly on. The deer. Oh, that's a point. What do you reckon? Do you reckon the Mamlambo exists? Cross between a snake, a crocodile, and horse's legs.
I'm gonna ask Tanya.
What the flipping heck?
No, I'm gonna message Wayne.
That would, if the Mamlambo existed, that it would look like a weird, slim hippo. Oh, yeah, Finley's voicing his opinion as well. Mamlambo, yes? He just said they drink it in the Congo, so there you go, you heard it. He is.
Oh, yeah. He's half South African, so he's allowed to.
Yes. Well, there's a FinFam. The FinFam group. Ooh. Why am I not on it?
It's Sheldon's family.
Well, anyway, ignore the critics in the back.
Change. She doesn't like it.
So you probably, I may get drowned out in a minute. But there's another thing on here called Dear Women. And when I say Dear Women, no, I don't mean...
Is that how you spell it?
Take out that A before the L.
It's like ego.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Mamlambo. Yeah, Dear Women. And I'm not talking about the high end of a cat house. Yeah.
Should we just give him a minute? Let's just talk about anything. So how was your day?
Tell you what. Where's Mr. Wayne? You guys who are watching us, if you're in there, send us some questions in the chat room, because right at this very second in time, I've got little man over there voicing his opinion about everything. And I looked over there and all I could see was balls. Hello, Mr. Wayne. You guys, I saw the snow that you guys have got down there in Colchester. You flipping flips.
Lucky buggers.
We had snow and then... Yes, I know. It's not very nice, is it? We had snow. I love the snow. And then it decided it was going to rain. So all the lovely snow we had, by the time the morning came, gone. But it's threatening to snow outside today. And apparently we've got snow up until when?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Still coming down where you are?
That's what you get. Do that, Dad.
You can get
Dad.
That one. You can go off people, you know.
Can.
You can. You've had snow since 8:30 this morning. You.
Has it settled?
Yeah. Did you not see his pictures? You can put posting.
On
Yeah.
Facebook.
It's about 6 inches there, isn't it? Oof. It's about. There's so many jokes that I'm just not going to. You've got 6 inches there, Wayne. No wonder your missus looks happy in those pictures. Come on, if it's 6 inches here, you take. See, there you are. Loads of snow.
Wow. I like her hat.
I do. Your daughter, little one.
That's pretty.
That's some really good
I'll show
pictures.
I'll show them this.
Hang on, let it focus.
No, you're so closer to focus it.
That photo, really good picture.
Oh, there you go.
4 to 5 inches. Yeah.
You can't see it too good.
Oh, he's quiet now.
He's having a drink.
Oh, he's having a bottle.
Actually.
Right.
Nanny was quick as she could.
Shall we carry on? Dear women, and as I said, and I reiterate, when I say dear women, I do not mean the pricier end of a cat house.
I don't understand that.
A whorehouse.
Oh.
Dear, expensive?
Oh, I thought you meant it as in like you're writing a letter. Dear women.
No. Dear women, as in antlers, pull reindeer, pull.
You know what's really funny? Is deer means door in Afrikaans.
Door?
Yeah. Door women.
Anyway, North American legend along the Central Plains there. Woodland Native American tribes. Deer women are a benign spirit, so they're good guys. They usually appear to women as a sign of fertility as a human. And they appear as a human, a deer, or a mix of the two. My mind's going to overdrive here.
So any human, any deer, and any human deer.
No, they appear as either a human or a deer or a hybrid.
Yeah.
So grim.
So any woman could come up to you and be like, "You're really fertile," and you have to be like, "Fucking hell." Door woman.
Occasionally, they'd appear to promiscuous men and adulterers, seducing them and then leading them to their death or everlasting lost sickness. In contemporary tales among the native tribes in Oklahoma, deer women are much more violent. These deer women appear as young women, but have hooves for feet and deer eyes. They lure men to them and trample them to death. That's a bit bloody rough. Some say that deer women are women who were transformed after being raped or brought back to life by an original deer woman spirit. Regardless of the deer woman's origins, there are documented sightings by an incredibly large amount of Native American tribes. See, I've always thought there is something in Native American legend.
I was going to say, if a Native American tribe says, "Oh, I've seen this," I'm just going to be like, "Yeah, okay."
Because the amount of, they've been there.
So chupacabras.
We'll talk about chupacabras in a minute. Yeah.
They're real.
Herne the Hunter. Well, Herne the Hunter's missus, really. So yeah.
Lady bouncers.
Look. This
We've got 4 people.
This is what.
Gotta
This
say
is what.
hello.
Lady bouncers. This is from our the
They
Dark
had
Mirror.
spirit animals as guides. They did. Native Americans.
I always, everything, I mean, Wayne, isn't it? We've spoken about it before. Lots and lots of Native American legends. They know their stuff. They know what they're talking about. And in most of the Native American legends, they also talk about red-headed giants that used to be there.
Actually, in the Native American legends, and even now, don't deer play a really big part in their culture?
Yeah.
I thought so.
We've got the Wendigos as well.
I can't think about... No, I mean... Don't they see them as spirit guides or something like that? Like Wayne says, they had spirit animals as guides.
The deer are used as for everything, so they revere them because they're used as food. The fat was used to burn if they had to in harsh winter nights. If the skin was used for clothing, so they revered them. You know, and
revere the deer.
Yeah, the sinews were used on the bows, and the antlers were used as handles for knives and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, they use them. So, and yeah, they have lots of spirit animals as guides. And look at the totems. You look at the totems. So, but
I built a totem when I was in school, but I didn't understand what they were. I was in primary school.
That's just reminding me. On one of the totems, I can't remember which tribe it is. Got a feeling it's Blackfoot, something like that. But on one of the totems, they have a Sasquatch.
Yeah. We watched that. There's like a whole town dedicated, or not a town, whatever they villages. What are they called?
Reservation.
Yeah, dedicated to people. Well, not to people that believe in them, but to
the men of the forest.
Yeah.
The hairy men.
Yeah.
The Sasquatches.
Yeah.
The Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. So, unless has it got gin in it?
Look at that. Look how much is in there. Can you imagine that gin?
God, that's vodka.
My
Jesus,
nostrils.
are you drinking that much? Yeah. So they've mentioned a fair bit at Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, what do you reckon to Skinwalker Ranch? I think we've spoken about this before as well, and we have with Wayne as well. All the stuff that goes on there, I think it's a super highway where all different doorways meet in this one place. And you've got different doorways and different ley lines and this, that, and the other, and they all meet in this one particular place. That's why you've got so many weird and wonderful things happen, because you've got so many stuff going on. No. But yeah, I think we're going to have to talk about Skinwalker Ranch on one of the Dark Mirror shows because it's a fascinating place.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ley lines are very strong there. Because I think we did a show on it about 3 years ago, and we said then, when you look at all the different occurrences and what type of occurrence they are, it makes you think there's a lot of doorways and thinning of veils between realms, and that's why you've got so many different sightings and weird stuff, because it's just all in the same place, you know. So, right.
I just realised you have a Finn figurine.
Why do you think I put Finn up there?
And his name's Finley.
His name? I'll show you. Hang on. Let me just turn this around a minute. Right. Now, if you look. Oh. There you are. There's Finn on the left there, between the two TIE fighters. See? And as you can tell, I'm a bit of a Star Wars nut. Yeah. Right. Let's put this back on here, if I can. There you go. Put it that way. There you go. Right. So, would you like to talk about El Chupacabra?
There's nothing like the classic tale of this blood-sucking, livestock-preying reptilian creature.
There's 2 types, isn't there? You got the one that's in New Mexico, and you got the one that's further down.
Yeah, one that
south.
looks like a dog, right?
Yeah, that's
really
in New
big
Mexico.
teeth.
That's in New Mexico.
First spotted in Puerto Rico in 1995, the chupacabra, or goat sucker, preys on livestock and sucks their blood. It is as large as a small bear and has a series of spiny protrusions that run. I can never pronounce it. That run the length of its back.
Spikes.
I know. It stands and hops like a kangaroo and has greenish, grey, leathery skin. A more normal variation of the creature looks like a wild dog. Yes, I just said.
Come on.
All blood drained victims have 2 or 3 puncture wounds on the chest or neck. Since the first sighting, people have also reported having seen it in Maine, New Mexico, Russia, and Chile.
Russia?
That says Russia.
Huh. Who would have thought there'd be a chupacabra
I
in
thought I
Russia?
read it wrong.
See, the thing with that type of chupacabra, the one that bites and sucks. You know, no, I'm not even going to go there. Let's just not bother with that joke. When you see the picture that the girl drew of the original one she'd seen, the thing that was left out of the interview was the night before or was it the week before she'd seen this thing in the garden. She'd watched a horror film which had a weird alien, and it was about aliens, and the alien that was in it looked just like the chupacabra she'd drawn. Make of that what you will. But there is a train of thought that says that particular type of chupacabra is indeed an...
He sat through that. Wildlife experts and biologists refute the existence of the chupacabra. Instead, they claim that what witnesses are actually seeing are coyotes with mange or Mexican hairless dogs. I read that in one sentence.
You did?
Fact. No, I merged it by accident. Still, there is a good chance that the chupacabra does exist, just not in an alien way. Footage shows a strange dog with an especially large head, believed to be a chupacabra, running down a dirt road. In 2010, a chupacabra was killed by animal control, what turned out to be a coyote-dog hybrid with mange and parasites.
I can give you an update on this in a second.
What the witnesses spotted in 1995, though, was certainly no hairless dog. It was a thing of nightmares. Dad in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much. The
when you got up, I walked in and you were getting out of bed, and I was like, ah!
My height.
Balls.
There was actually a chupacabra run over in front of somebody's house in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico. And this woman, she got it and put it in a freezer, and she got hold of whoever the heck it was. It was on a TV show, and they got a bit of the skin from this chupacabra and did DNA on it, and it was actually found to be a hybrid between a coyote and a Mexican grey wolf, and that's what the footage is seen in that video. And the video was taken from a sheriff's dash cam.
Was this it?
Yeah, it's actually a Mexican grey wolf crossed with a coyote.
I won't show them.
No, don't. No. But the footage that was seen from the video shows this thing jogging along.
Ooh.
The original one that was found, that's the one. That's the real chupacabra. The original one that was found was a hairless coyote with mange and parasites. But that particular one that was found, it is a cross between Mexican grey wolf
That's
and
Texas.
Yeah, New Mexico. And a Mexican grey wolf and a coyote. Who would have thought that they would?
I won't show because it's just the head.
No.
Right. Don't want to.
But seen in Russia. See, when you hear things like that, like you're seen in Russia, etc., 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 that makes me think aliens.
That was like a lemur.
It does look like a lemur.
That looks fake.
Yeah, that is fake. But that doesn't look like a lemur. That reminds me. That's thylacine, the Australian wolf thing.
Have you seen it? Silas seen it?
I don't know. They might have seen it. I don't know. Apparently, they have only recorded sightings since 1990.
Ooh.
Hiya, Pete. You right?
He said
hello, goodbye.
He's
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, he's literally gone.
Yeah. So all these things that are seen, I've always said that all these things that are seen, going back down through the ages and legends and things, for every single legend and story.
I've got to go. Sorry, that mirror show's live. I'll go watch it. Bye, guys.
Do you mean the rearview mirror show?
Yeah.
The rearview mirror?
Yeah.
That mirror's little brother.
Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah, you're there now talking to it. They're watching you. They're watching you. So, yeah, for every single legend and story, there had to have been a spark, even if it was a tiny, tiny spark. There had to have been something that started it originally. Don't you think?
I think so.
And I think that a lot of the things from the days of yore, like dragons and stuff, personally,
I think dragons are real.
I think there was something. I definitely think there was something.
Because what are those monitor lizards? They're basically dragons.
Australia was the last place to have megafauna. And megafauna is just like giant birds, reptiles, etc., etc., etc. And they used to have it. I don't know what the lizard was called, but there was a type of lizard that was between 20 and 30 feet long up until the mid 1800s.
What was it called?
Megafauna.
With an F or a TH?
F.
Right. Every time you say that, I think Californication. That's all I think.
No. And then there've been sightings of these lizards started in the mid 1970s, and they've been seen quite regularly down throughout the decades. So
he's been sick.
We will. I'll tell you what. I'll have a search for that through in the week and see what we can find. But I don't see why there can't be some of these weird model things out there.
Look at Wayne being a trooper and watching the whole way through.
Bloody coughing. Right. Now this I've seen.
Tamsin's hat looks really cute.
This I've seen. I'm sure Wayne's seen the video, and I'm sure lots of you have. That so-called thing in Russia of a video of a wall, and it looks like a black stick figure, really big one climbing over the walls.
I can't watch it. Stuff like that makes me feel sick.
Is it? It's. Have you not seen that video?
So genuinely stuff like that I'll have nightmares about.
Let me.
No,
it won't because it's CGI.
No.
Look.
I'm not looking.
They just very, very briefly have a quick look. Right,
Okay.
hang on. Where's it start? Are you going to start? Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Hang on. Let me just. Is that the video? No. Of course it wouldn't be the video. Here we go. Right, hang on. Right, watch. That, to me, looks like somebody has got a stick insect and superimposed it.
Looks like the Slender
Oh,
Man.
is that it?
That's the thing. But
Looks like the
I
Slender
think.
Man.
Ugh, I don't know what that is. Like,
All right,
creeps me
hang
out.
on. This is that stick thing that's seen on that building in Russia. Hang on. Right, here we are. There. Now I've seen the video. I've seen the video, and it climbs around the building and stuff. But
Don't show me that.
I don't know why they're not showing it.
I'm glad they're not showing it.
Hang on. Let's just have a.
That's-
That's supposed to be. See, this is some of the stuff that we look at and we review, and we just go, "Now, mate, shit." Supposed Slenderman, and that round the building. Oh, hang on, that's the same.
Oh, that's it.
There it is. It's the same one. That's the same one. It starts off down there and it comes up, and then it goes around the building, and then it goes over there.
Ew.
To me, that somebody's got a stick insect
That doesn't look real, no.
and superimposed it, and they've done video trickery and put it on the video. Because like I said, I've seen the video and it's not convincing at all. Are they going to show? Let's just see if they'll show it. No, it's just
stills.
nah. But I think that of nonsense myself. What do you reckon? Stretchy man, he came from a black hole. Oh.
Benjamin Bradford has written a book called Tracking the Chupacabra. Yeah, I think that's
cool.
what it's based on.
Benjamin Bradford. I have to have a look for that. That stretchy man, he came back from a black hole. I see you know my ex.
Oh.
Yeah, there are a few of those videos. I was just showing her stills from them, and they're just all.
They don't look real.
Even that if you look for that video, you'll see it, and it looks like somebody's superimposed a stick insect.
Well, it literally, to me, where is it? This one?
It's that one there.
Over here, wherever it is.
That one.
See, that, to me, it doesn't even look like a stick insect. It looks like somebody's got, like, you know when something's stuck in a cobweb and then you record over it?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
Let me just say.
I'm not watching that. I'm not watching it. No.
No?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Very. I can watch horror movies, but stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you watch stuff that even I go, oh, God. Weirdo.
Torture porn, I think it's called. No. So horror movies like Saw are called torture porn. I don't watch torture porn. Can you shove a screwdriver down there?
Anyway, I think that
We can skip that one.
the Black Stick Men is just a load of nonsense.
The Fresno.
Fresno Nightcrawler. Right, there's a kitten attacking me here. Right, let's have a look. Let's see if it's... The Fresno Nightcrawler is a white bipedal creature with an extremely small torso, round head, and no arms.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. I didn't read it.
Right.
I didn't read it. Ugh. Ugh. That's not real. I mean,
He's elusive. It was recorded on a trail cam in Yosemite Park. But I think there's people on stilts.
That looks like a person on stilt. That looks like someone, you know, when you can pull your jumper over you
Yeah.
and you just walk with your hands in the jumper legs. It looks like that.
They reckon it's an adult and a juvenile. That one especially, the bigger one, looks...
That was really fake.
It looks like somebody on stilts.
Yeah.
Is it real? No, I really don't think it is. These, they're supposed to have extremely small torso, round head, and they basically look like a stick figure with no arms.
It's kind of cute.
People once thought that Fresno Nightcrawler was a Native American legend, but this is untrue. And the closest thing I suppose you could say to it is it's a weird ass alien, but I think it's a fake because it's only been seen on 2 cameras. One was a trail cam in Fresno in California, and the other was on a home security camera outside, and it was the same sort of thing. Looked like somebody on stilts. I think it's somebody on stilts.
I think it looks like someone's on a stilt. Someone's on stilts.
And it's done in reverse.
And
because look at the way it's placing its feet.
Yeah.
It looks like they're walking backwards.
Yeah, and that small one looks like someone has got like a big pair of trousers and has put his arms in it and it's just walking like that.
Yeah, the nighttime one, yeah. Let me see if I can
just copy the link to this and post it in the comments. So then whoever is listening or watching.
What I would do, I'll post a link to this list and then you can peruse it at your leisure. Let me just put that in there.
I can smell cat meat.
There you go. So have a look at that, and then when you get to the Nightcrawlers, have a look at the video. It's down.
It looks cool, but it's down.
I think it's somebody on stilts. It is number 5 in the list. So have a quick look at that. Yeah, they're taken in daylight of the Russian one. It's a good video, but you haven't seen the video that he's on about. But I still think I think
I messed up.
my idiot daughter just changed it to a different page.
Whoopsie.
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah. Do you know what the big one on the buildings look like?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those toys, which were like octopus? You could throw them against
And
the
then
wall, and they climb down. That, and they move just like that.
It looked like, because you can get stick figures of those things.
Yeah.
It looked like one of them. Yeah.
It looked just like that.
Maybe it's just like I get horns when my hair comes out.
Why don't you sit up a bit and then people will see you? There you go. Wayne, have you managed to have a look at that Nightcrawlers? I'm really, 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 really not convinced with that at all. I think it's just 2 college kids playing a joke, and it really does look like one of them's on stilts.
Or it could also just be people who worked at that place and that place hasn't been getting enough attention.
Yosemite Park.
Oh, is it Yosemite Park? Okay, fine, ignore me.
tend to. Right. We've done the Nightcrawler. Let's go to... Would you like to do that?
No.
Snallygaster.
Snallygaster.
It's a Snallygaster, demon or mutant or both. Now, the main name, the name may sound funny, but the creature's far from silly, and it's based on Germanic superstition. And this Snallygaster is apparently spotted by residents of Frederick County, Maryland. And the Snallygaster is a dragon-like creature, half reptile, half bird with razor-sharp teeth. I'm sure I've got in-laws like that. Early stories of the Snallygaster sometimes give it octopus and vampiric characteristics. So this thing is dragon-like creature, half reptile, half bird, razor-sharp teeth, part octopus, and vampire. Can I have a fist bump from my grandson? Come on. No, you got to come over here. You got to come over here. Dink! Yay!
He doesn't have any more
Anyway,
words, so.
in 1909, the legend became a reality. After encounters with the beast started appearing in newspapers. The creature showed up everywhere from New Jersey to Ohio. And eyewitnesses reported that the Snallygaster had an eye in the middle of its forehead. This just gets better and better and better.
Like this.
Yeah. The same year, a terrifying account of a man snatched by the Snallygaster and drained of his blood caught the attention of the Smithsonian Institute. See, the Smithsonian, they hide a lot of stuff. They do hide a lot of stuff. And the Smithsonian Institute would offer a reward for anybody who could produce the hide of the animal. But the story was so terrible that President Theodore Roosevelt even considered postponing his trip to hunt it.
Thank you.
So it must have been something going on if you got a president going,
Yeah.
pass me my Winchester!
Winchester.
The last account of the Snallygaster comes from Washington County, Maryland. Apparently, the beast was overcome by moonshine fumes and fell from the sky into the still. Revenue agents soon destroyed both the vat and the body of the Snallygaster, and no one has seen it since.
What's a vat?
Moonshine still. Big
vat.
thing with
Did
whiskey.
it fall into a
Yeah.
vat?
So
okay.
the fumes, as it flew over, the fumes got to it, and it went, and then...
See, was that during the Prohibition? If they're
Yeah,
making,
1909.
yeah. So I feel like that's just an excuse for them to say this is how bad it is. It killed this mythical creature because they were trying to stop people from making moonshine.
Just 1 second. Go lie down! Now!
Watching
Back
now,
it up.
just looks like someone walking with a bench towel on their
Go on!
head. Yeah, look.
Yeah, looks like, yeah. Doesn't it? The one in the back looks like they've got the towel, and the one in the front, a towel with some stilts. Yeah, I'm not convinced at all. I know the not Nightcrawler, the stick people, shadow people, whatever they were
Sort of
called.
stick in his hair. Oh my god.
Have you been on the Raz tonight, mate? Have you?
Been on the
he's had a
milk,
few.
mate. I've been on the milk.
I'm not convinced. Really not convinced. See, so far, these creatures that could probably exist, there's been a couple.
Oh, it smells.
But a Snallygaster, I don't know. A Snallygaster, half reptile, half bird. Well, most reptiles come from birds anyway.
Sorry.
Razor sharp teeth, yeah. Pterodons. But octopus and vampiric. That sounds like something from a Japanese hentai.
I was literally going to say, it sounds like something Tom would watch.
But what about you guys? I'm not convinced about the Snallygaster. No. Nah, I think...
He's nodding.
Is it right?
He agrees. He's like, oh, I think it might be real.
Or could they have been mistaking a pterodon? Because there are the alleged photos that I've seen of the Civil War era guys standing over the carcass of a
holding its
pterodon.
wings.
Well, there's two photos done. One,
We've spoken about this.
yeah, one they've said, I can't disprove it. It's and back then they didn't have the technology to make a fake pterodon. The other one, they've said, yeah, you can see it's faked and this, that, and the other because there's little things wrong with it. But the main one, they don't reckon it's faked at all. So, I don't know. But what are we on now? Let's do
Pretty much this will be the last one.
the Mogollon.
Mogollon monster.
Mogollon monster. You can do that.
Mogollon monster living in the heart of America. Yeah, like Buffalo Soldier. I'm not sure if that's the word. Anyway, in 1903, I.W. Stevenson.
IP Freely.
Stevens encountered a humanoid creature in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Is it called the
Grand Canyon.
Oh, the Grand Canyon. No, it should have a full stop. I'm sorry. Whoever wrote this. Covered in grey hair with a beard that reaches its knees. It had talons that were 2 inches long and was drinking the blood of 2 cougars. Poor women. Almost 40 years later, cryptozoologist Don Davies encountered the same humanoid creature while on a Boy Scout trip.
He was looking for Boy Scouts?
Calvin. The massive beast had deep-set, expressionless eyes. This is the Mogollon monster. It walks with abnormally long strides. It can imitate animal sounds and has a terrifying scream.
So it's Obi-Wan Kenobi when he's trying to scare off the Sand People.
Oh yeah, people still. Jesus Christ! People still
see Jesus Christ.
People still see the Mogollon monster, including several people on the fort.
Everyone's a critic.
How do you pronounce that?
What way you on? Where are people still see the Mogollon monster, including several people at the Fort Apache Indian Reservation?
Apache!
Yeah! Biologists challenge its existence despite footage and organic samples. So there is some evidence that this thing exists.
Sorry, organic samples is pretty good evidence to me.
If it's bipedal and like a human, you've got the Bigfoots and the Yeti, so why can't this thing exist? Why couldn't it be a member of the Yeti family?
You.
We all know I am. But I mean, why couldn't it be part of the...
Sorry,
every time you rock your child, you rock the table and the camera goes...
I just sit here and rock my legs because I'm used to rocking him now.
So yeah, in the Grand Canyon, you've got this humanoid figure with talons for claws, long hair, long beard. It sounds to me like...
Father Christmas.
Sounds to me like it's part of the Sasquatch family or Bigfoot family or an offshoot. Could be its cousin.
You need to poop, don't you?
What do you think? I don't need to poop, but thank you. What would you make of it?
Because there are some in Atlanta. Is it Atlanta?
They're all over the world.
But no, there are some Sasquatch that are covered in really long white hair.
Do you mean the Himalayas?
I don't know where it is.
The Bigfoot, the snow monster, snow beast, Yeti.
Probably.
The Yeti.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not the Yeti. The Yeti.
The Yeti.
What do you reckon? Do you think that this monster is part of the Bigfoot family? It certainly sounds like it. I'll just do it again.
It does a terrifying scream as well.
Well, Bigfoot whistles and yells as well. I'll read it all again.
So I read it like poop.
No, you didn't at all. In 1903, I.W. Stevens encountered a humanoid creature in the Grand Canyon, covered in grey hair with a long beard that reached its knees. It had talons that were 2 inches long and was drinking the blood of 2 cougars. So it was related to Jack the Ripper. Almost 40 years later, cryptozoologist Don Davis encountered the same humanoid creature while on a Boy Scout trip. The massive beast had deep-set, expressionless eyes. This is the Mogollon monster. It walks with abnormally long strides, can imitate animal sounds, and has a terrifying scream. People still see the Mogollon monster, including several people on the Fort Apache Indian Reservation. Biologists challenge its existence despite there being footage of it and organic samples. It sounds to me like it is some member.
Why did it take me so long to read that? It took you like a minute. It took you like a minute to read that, and I was like,
You've got dyslexia. That's why I get you to try and read something.
It makes me feel stupid.
No, you're not stupid at all. I think it's part of the Yeti family. Do you?
I agree. It sounds like it is.
So there you go. That one could be real, especially if they've got...
Or maybe it could just be a big old gorilla.
With a beard.
Old, I said.
But it's got grey hair. Well, they are members of the... I still think that Yetis and stuff are members of
It's
the...
very hot in here, isn't it?
It's just because it's me. Members of Gigantopithecus family.
It's very big-headed in here, isn't
What
it?
do you think?
The
big apes, Gigantopithecus.
Gigantopithecus.
Yes.
I thought there was proof that they were real.
Yeah, no, they really did exist.
Yeah.
But they reckon that they died out a long time ago. But that's what I reckon Yetis are. They're all members of that. Yeah. And there you go. I reckon this Mogollon soldiers. Mogollon monster is a member of the Yeti family.
Tired.
He is. We got time for one more. Do we do that one? That or that one? We're going to do...
Oh, I don't know, but I need to get him to bed.
All right, go on. You disappear. Say bye-bye to
I
everybody.
need the toilet. So you have to take him so I can go to the toilet.
Listen, you.
Really, look, if you
Listen.
look here, you can
Listen.
see yourself.
Who dat?
Wow.
Look, for some reason, when anybody points a camera at him, he normally goes, look, who dat? Who dat? There you go. See? Oh, dear me, he didn't like that. Right. So, it looks like we're finishing early. Taylor has disappeared off to the loo. I will sit here. She's disappeared off to the loo. Finley here is trying to throw a wobbly because he's been overtired and you've had lots of bottles and you've been screeching the place down, haven't you? So I think it's his bedtime and I've got work tomorrow, so I've got to be up early. So I've got to go to bed soon as well. But I think, seeing as it's 2 minutes to, we shall call it a night for this one. Thanks to young...
Bye, everyone.
Taylor sat on the toilet, just opened the door, went, good night, everyone. So are you going to say bye-bye? You're going to go, bye-bye, everybody. So, yes, I think on that note, we're going to disappear. And we shall see you all later. I'll talk to you in the week, mate. And I'll see you on Friday for the show. So, bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You can say bye-bye now. There you go. There you go.
There's a cut on my thumb. There's a cut on my thumb.
And you've just put
bye, everyone.
anti-pack on it.
On
that
look at it. Look how long that is.
On that note, yes, we'll be back on Friday, 9 p.m. with the Dark Mirror Show with Mr. Wayne Seddon. And we'll be back next Sunday with the Rearview Mirror.
Bye, Wayne.
Usual nonsense, looking at videos and going, nah, it's crap, mate. So we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Staring at my milk makers. Look at them.
Ooh.